Cops clash with dozens of Orthodox men in synagogue as riots break out over secret underground tunnel. That's right, you can't make this stuff up. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a secret underground tunnel going underneath the synagogue. Look at this guy right here crawling out of the sewer. This is a Hasidic Jew seen crawling out of the sewer after NYPD busts Chabad tunnel network under New York City. This is absolutely astonishing. These are the first leaked photos of this secret underground tunnel. As you can see, there's a bunch of men's clothing just strewn about. There's beer bottles. There is, for some reason, a baby's high chair is under there. You know, this is begging a lot of questions here. What the heck is a baby high chair doing under there in this secret tunnel lair? It also, you know, makes you wonder, why are they pulling stained and soiled mattresses out of the hole that was the entrance to this tunnel as the NYPD showed up to try to fill this thing in with cement? They're literally pulling out soiled and stained mattresses. What on earth is going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we're going to take a look at this. Inside the secret tunnel built by extremist Jewish students, linking historic cleansing bath to Brooklyn synagogue that was only discovered when homeowners heard suspicious noises at night. This is absolutely unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. We're also going to take a quick look at this. Rebel News reporter David Menzies, who was brutally arrested by police after he tried to ask Chrystia Freeland a question. Just take a quick look at this insanity.
How come the IRGC is not a terrorist group?
How come the IRGC is not a terrorist group? Very good question from a Canadian journalist to a Canadian politician, and watch how her thug RCMP or just the police here block David, accuse him of assaulting them, and then arrest him.
Why is your government supporting Islamo-Nationalism? What? What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault.
Look at this thug. You're under arrest for assault. He walked up. He pushed himself in front of David. You can see it right here. Boom. He shoulder thumps him. David is clearly looking at him there like, whoa, what was that all about? What are you doing? And then he grabs him and forcefully arrests him. This is absolutely disgusting scene that we're seeing here from Chrystia Freeland and her thug bodyguard. So we're going to take a close look at that one as well, guys, and watch the full video that is now going viral with over 10.5 million views, and rightly so, because it's an absolute grave injustice what happened to David Menzies there. So we're going to take a look at that and much, much more in this video, guys. But really quickly before we do, I'd ask that you check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this information here, you can do a one-time donation with PayPal. You can sign up for a monthly reoccurring contribution by clicking there. $5 a month, $10 a month, whatever is within your means is very greatly appreciated, guys. You can also do that at Subscribestar by clicking there. You can contribute Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies by clicking here. You can also send me an e-transfer to dan@pressfortruth.ca, or if you like to keep things old school, guys, you can send stuff to my P.O. box. Links for all of this are located in the description below. Thank you so much to anyone who takes the time and effort today to support me financially here at Press for Truth. All right, guys, as I said, you can't make this stuff up. It's just wild. Jews crawling out of the sewers based, you know, from these underground secret tunneling lair. This is just wild. So let's take a look at this. A new video shows the secret underground tunnel that was dug by a group of young Orthodox Jewish men that is at the core of a bizarre dispute with religious leaders. The tunnel was discovered by rabbis in December who were horrified that the young men had burrowed it from the Chabad Synagogue in Crown Heights. Initially, local site Crown Heights Info reported that it led all the way to a woman's mikvah at the end of the street, several houses away. This is like a woman's bath. However, the operators of that woman's mikvah say it does not, and instead it connects to the synagogue with an out-of-use historic men's mikvah at 770 Eastern Parkway, the synagogue site. The NYPD is yet to confirm exactly where the tunnels lead, what they are being used for, or what the young men have been charged with. Sources at the synagogue insist it is not a tunnel and is instead part of an unofficial expansion that has been in the works for years. The young men had grown tired of waiting for the expansion and took matters into their own hands, according to the people involved. That is not a very likely story, that they were just looking to expand the synagogue, so they secretly started digging these tunnels. Again, if they're just secretly digging tunnels, why are there baby high chairs and soiled and stained mattresses underneath there? Again, this is what they were pulling out when the police arrived and wanted to start sealing these things up, and these guys started rioting over it. It's absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. And honestly, it reminds me of something I saw from over a decade ago, and I managed to find the article. Jewish group calls for safeguards against child abuse in ritual baths. The group's founder decries the lack of media coverage that went on over a rape in one of these bathhouses. Stricter oversight is required in ritual baths, known in Hebrew as mikvah. I don't know how to pronounce that, but at any rate, in order to prevent child molestation, they need strict oversight here, according to one Jewish organization, Zedek, which advocates for members of the Jewish community who have been sexually abused, issued a set of recommended guidelines on Tuesday, which it's going to find widespread acceptance, in which it would overhaul the manner in which such facilities are managed. So again, this is like 10 years ago, right? That they recommended in a PDF available both English and Hebrew. They recommended that youths attending the mikvah should be accompanied by their fathers or by a designated supervisor, that alleged or convicted perpetrators are not allowed within the facility while children are present, and defining procedures for the admittance of children so that their whereabouts are always known. At least 2 adult monitors should be present and within line of sight of these children during their visits, and there should be no unrestricted hours of operation and no opportunity for concealment, the document further recommended. So, again, to reiterate, 10 years ago, Jews within their own community were calling for this because young children being raped in these bathhouses, they say they can't have the opportunity for concealment. You know, their whereabouts must always be known. Well, now we see, ladies and gentlemen, them pulling out, soiled, small, stained mattresses, and we see photos of baby high chairs in there. Now, I don't know what is going on in these tunnels. This is a breaking news story. Only time will tell. But right now, folks, it's not looking very good. In fact, it's looking pretty nasty. So just wanted to bring all of this to your attention. Because as I said, it's pretty wild. I'll put a link to all of this in the description below. You can check it out for yourself. Here is when they showed up, attempting to fill in this, secret underground tunnel layer with cement, and that's when all these guys started rioting over it. It's quite the story. We're kicking off 2024 in quite a big way, and the Trudeau government is certainly doing some big things this year already as well. Again, we're going to revisit this video here where David Menzies is, I would say, assaulted by this police officer who falsely accuses him of assault and then arrests him. Let's pull it back a little bit.
Why is your government supporting Islamo-Nationalism? What? What are you doing?
You're under arrest for assault. Why are you pushing me? You're under arrest for assault. You're under arrest for assault.
Look how aggressive he's being.
Police, you're under arrest for assault. How am I under arrest? You bumped into me.
He says, how am I under arrest? You bumped into me. Right?
Pushed into me. You bumped. I was just scrubbing. I got my credentials here.
This guy lies. He says, you pushed into me. It's all on video, pal. You clearly shoulder thumped him. You got in his way, you put your shoulder in front of him, and David is like, whoa, what are you doing? And then you grabbed him. Like, let's pull it back. We'll watch it again if we have to. I mean, it's all here. Boom, shoulder thump. Excuse me, what are you doing? Boom, you're under arrest for assault. Obviously a bunch of BS.
You're under arrest. I got my
This officer not only needs to be reprimanded, he needs to be fired. He needs to be charged. They should be sued over this. This is just absolutely
You just
insane.
bumped into me. So excuse me.
Look at this thug.
You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge?
Oh, he's refusing to give his name and badge number.
Your name and your badge.
You've been told you're under arrest.
Why am I under arrest? He blocked my way. What? I was just scrumming Chrystia Freeland.
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest.
What is your name and your badge number?
Assaulting a police officer.
How is that possible?
Under arrest for assaulting a police officer. What an insane thug. Like, it's all on video. Do they think they can just get away with this? This is another excellent reason of why we always have to be filming everything when dealing with these thugs.
Okay? Because
You assaulted me 3 years ago when blackface was
very aggressive.
You mean I was asking questions?
Hear that? This cop just says, you were being very aggressive. So David says, you mean, what, I was aggressively asking questions? Like, what are you saying?
No, your actions were. You were almost pushing everybody over.
Hear that? He says, you were almost pushing everybody over. What an unbelievable lie he is trying to present here, remarkably on video.
Lincoln, you got this on video, right? He's saying I'm pushing people over? Yeah. That's an absolute falsehood.
There were feet were shuffling.
So now it appeared that way. That's what you're saying, officer? It appeared I was pushing people. I didn't touch a single person.
That was a little bit aggressive for what was happening. Get that. You're under arrest. Please take the microphone out of my face.
Well, I'd like an ongoing record of this.
Can I have the microphone?
Look at this. This is unbelievable.
Can I have the microphone? Can you give...
I'm not resisting. Take your hand out.
Again, this is a journalist being pushed up against the wall by 4 or 5 police officers here simply for asking Chrystia Freeland a question. You know, I've asked Justin Trudeau questions. I've asked Chrystia Freeland questions. I've also had these guys push back on me, assault me, not allow me into press scrums. This is what you have to do now. Some people are saying, this form of guerrilla journalism where you just pounce on somebody shouldn't be respected. I disagree. This is what we have to do in order to get even remotely close to these people. I mean, I don't know if you saw when I questioned Chrystia Freeland when she was at a secret meetings with the powers that ought not be, the Bilderberg group, right? And I tried to get up to her, asking her, a question. This is about as close as I was able to get before she was whisked off. And if you guys haven't seen that, check it out. I'll put links in the description below. I got her on video at a dinner party, and then again here in Lisbon, Portugal, meeting with the secretive Bilderberg group. But she didn't have her RCMP or whatever police force thugs, following her right there. So thankfully I wasn't attacked like poor David Menzies here was.
Why am I under arrest? I'm just doing my job.
Resist. You don't need to resist. I don't have to. You don't have to say anything. You know the drill.
I have nothing to hide, officer. Welcome to Blackfaces Canada. This is what they do to journalists. I was merely scrumming Minister Freeland, and a RCMP officer blocked me, and evidently this is now a trumped-up charge of assault, folks. I didn't come here to cause any trouble. I came here to do my job, and now I'm handcuffed.
The man literally just is doing his job as a journalist, asking important questions to the Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, and for that, he's being aggressively arrested here.
This is your Canada now, folks.
Yeah.
This is the Gestapo taking blackface's orders. Outrageous. And meanwhile, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is not a terrorist organization.
So the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is what he was asking Chrystia Freeland about whether or not they were going to label them as a terrorist organization. You know, a very legitimate question, especially considered that she was there dealing with an Iranian issue that particular day. So this is a legitimate question to be asking the Deputy Prime Minister.
Is not a terrorist organization. And these liberals have the audacity to show up at a vigil for a plane in which almost 200 people were killed, 57 Canadians, one unborn child, by the way. And look at this. They don't want, it is against the law in Black Faces Canada to ask insensitive questions, impolite questions. So a Canadian government that props up an Islamo-fascist regime, that's okay. But if you ask questions about that, that's not okay. This is an absolute outrage. I didn't come here to cause trouble, folks. I just came here to ask questions.
You're gonna have to back up a little bit, okay? They're conducting an
That's my
investigation.
cameraman, sir. He's not doing anything.
No, I just want to provide some space so that everybody's safe here.
That's my cameraman. He's not doing anything. I just want to provide some room so everybody's safe, this cop says. And David Menzies correctly, says, this is the new Canada we're dealing with here under blackface. This is what it has come down to, that you want to ask a legitimate question to the Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, then you're going to be set up for arrest. They're going to lie about you and claim that you attempted to assault an an officer of the RCMP. This is just absolutely insane. Now I know he's already been let go. The charges have already been dropped, but still, that's not enough. This thug right here needs to be dealt with, and all the ones who are exactly like him. So this is just insane. I'm glad that this video has gotten 10.5 million views right now. As I understand it, Elon Musk has also chimed in on the situation, calling it, rightly so, just as absurd as it is, and saying that, don't worry, Trudeau's probably not going to win the next election, over stuff like this. But again, I'm glad this is number one trend right now in Twitter, on Twitter in Canada. And rightly so. This thug needs to lose his job. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. So just wanted to bring all of this stuff to your attention, guys. What a wild and crazy start to 2024. Again, I'll put links to all of this stuff in the description below so you can check it all out for yourself. Don't forget to check me out here at pressfortruth.ca/donate. If you appreciate my efforts to bring you this information, and that's all for today, my friends. I want to thank you so much once again for tuning in. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, share that video, and stay tuned. We're going to have more video reports coming soon. This is Dan Dicks reporting for Press for Truth. We all want truth. The truth will set you free.